welcome back to an episode of The Hockey Zone. In today's video, I'll be continuing the series where I go through each of the matchups in the first round of the 2020 playoffs, and I give you guys a bunch of stats, and then at the end, I give you guys my pick on who I think is going to win each of those series based off of those facts. Today's matchup is the Edmonton Oilers versus the Chicago Blackhawks. So with that, let's get on with it. Starting us off, as always, we have their 2020 regular season records. For Edmonton, they played 71 games, won 37, lost 25, and lost 9 in overtime, for a total of 83 points. For Chicago, they played 70 games, won 32, lost 30, and lost 8 in overtime for 72 points. So, for a one-game difference between the two teams, there was a 11-point difference for their overall points. Just keep that in mind. Next, we'll go on to the players who will make a big impact on the ice. For Edmonton, we have Connor McDavid, because he's Connor McDavid, and he's extremely fast, and he's a great playmaker, and he's great at deking, and he can score goals. Next, we have Leon Draisaitl, because, again, he is extremely fast. He also has a very nice wrist shot, slap shot. He also has a very nice wrist shot and snap shot. He's very good. He's a very good sniper, and he can also pass when he's needed to. Next, we have James Neal, a little bit more of a veteran, but also can still score when he is needed to. Ryan Hopkins, very fast as well. Also can score goals when needed to. Also a very good passer. Oscar Klefbom, pretty good defensively, great shutdown defensive way from Klefbom. Also, he has a pretty nice slap shot, so watch out for him to maybe put in a couple of goals this series. And finally, their goalie, Mike Smith. I feel like he's probably going to become the starter. Pretty good goalie in my mind. Although, watch out, because last year when I watched him playing for Calgary against, I believe, and they played Colorado in the first round. You guys can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that's who they played. I remember watching a bunch of the highlight reels from the first round where Calgary actually ended up losing in the first round last year. And there was a couple of saves, especially in that last game where Calgary ended up getting eliminated, where I thought Mike Smith could have easily made the save. Like, the puck was probably about to hit him. But in my mind, he did a move, in my opinion, that tried to make it look like he was going to make like an excellent save, and with him trying to make the move look so fancy, make him look like, oh my gosh, what an incredible save! Trying to make the highlight reels. He let in a couple of really bad goals that were really easy to stop. I remember one time the puck, in my opinion, was looking like it was about to go right into his glove. Then he tried to do a giant windmill save and come back and catch it again. And because he did that, it ended up going into the net very easily. In my opinion, if he hadn't done that, it would have just gone right off his pads and gone off to the corner with an easy save. So watch out for that. I don't know if he's going to do that again this year, but he could. And if he does, I feel like that could definitely give Chicago a couple of goals that they could need. Because I'm saying, they did not have as good of a year. So if they're going to do good in this playoffs, especially in this series, they're going to need a couple of breaks and a couple of really lucky plays. And if Mike Smith tries to get fancy again, that could just be the break they need. But anyway, for the players for Chicago, they're going to make a big difference. We have Jonathan Toews, great leadership, also extremely good passing, also has a little bit of speed, and also can score when needed. Next, Patrick Kane, a lot of speed, great at deking, great at finding space, and then passing or shooting, and also great if there is ever a penalty shot situation. Next, Kirby Dach, a little bit younger for some of these players, but he also has a little bit of speed and can also score when needed. Dylan Strome has a little bit of experience in the league, and he can also score quite a few goals when needed. Also has a little bit of speed. Can also pass pretty well too. Next, we have Duncan Keith, really good shutdown defenseman. Not the best goal scorer, but he has been able to maybe put in 1 or 2 goals throughout a series. Which, as I've said this before in a couple of different videos, it only takes one goal to make a big difference, especially in these best out of 5 series. 1 goal can win you the series. 1 goal could actually end up winning you a Stanley Cup. So, even though he's not really known for goal scoring, he can do it eventually. So, who knows? Maybe he'll come up with a clutch one. I am not counting on it, though. So, don't, like, if you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, if Duncan Keith gets the puck on the power play, or, like, up top, like, on the point or something, they'll be like, oh my gosh, we're going to score a goal. Yes! No. Like, I wouldn't, like, every time he touches the puck, I wouldn't expect some big offensive play. However, in my opinion, Duncan Keith is an extremely good defensive player. So, very good, especially for Chicago in this series. Very good to shut down just Edmonton's offense. In my opinion, they need Duncan Keith. He might not be the best offensively powerhouse, but in my opinion, especially against Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Oscar Klefbom slap shots, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, James Neal, like that, just that offensive powerhouse of Edmonton. They're going to need someone like Duncan Keith who's really good at shutting down offense. And I hope so. Hopefully he can make that up. So hopefully maybe he can break up a few key plays for Edmonton, and maybe Chicago can have a chance. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Next we have Alimata. He's also extremely good at shut down defense. Although I won't say quite as good as Duncan Keith. But he can also put in goals, quite a few goals when needed. He can also pass extremely well. And also has way more speed, in my opinion, than Duncan Keith. And finally, we have Corey Crawford, who I'm guessing will probably be their starter. He's had quite a history in these playoffs. Winning those 3 cups in 6 years back in the last decade. So he definitely has a lot of experience. However, I think he's slowed down with his skill and his numbers in recent years. So I feel like it might be a little bit more of a challenge for him to stop Edmonton's powerhouse offense. But he does have quite a bit of experience, and who knows, maybe he really wants that 4th ring with Chicago. So we'll have to wait and see. But finally, we have, for the last stat, we have each team's last 3 years in the playoffs. Starting us off with Edmonton, we have in 2017 they lost in the second round. In 2018 they did not make the playoffs. In 2019 they did not make the playoffs. And for Chicago, in 2017 they lost in the first round. 2018 they didn't make the playoffs, and in 2019 they did not make the playoffs. Now for the winner, and I think it's pretty obvious, in my opinion, who I think is going to win this matchup. It's going to be Edmonton. I feel like there's a couple of players for Chicago who might be able to make it, maybe go to 4 games, maybe if they're really lucky 5. But I think in the end, I don't think that with Corey Crawford and Duncan Keith alone, I don't think that Chicago can stop the powerhouse that is Edmonton. Don't get me wrong, I feel like Chicago definitely has a little bit of offensive powerhouse on their own. Mainly his name is Patrick Kane. I don't think with just Duncan Keith and Corey Crawford, I don't think that they can stop Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, James Neal, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, along with other players who are just also great at goal scoring, but just kind of are in the shadow of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Plus, I don't think that they together can stop that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl matchup. They have such a good connection. Many times this season we've seen Connor McDavid throw an amazing pass over to Leon Draisaitl, and Leon Draisaitl just buries it with a crazy snipe, and also vice versa. In my opinion, there's absolutely no way, in my opinion, that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl will go scoreless in any of these games. Not like the series, not anything like that. In any of these games, I feel like each one of them will probably get at least 1 point in each of the games of the series. That's just how dominant that duo itself is. So I feel like it's hands down. I feel like it's got to be Edmonton this game. But you know what? That's just my opinion. You're welcome to have your own opinion. But if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the video with a like. Subscribe down below. See ya. Bye.